conjunction with Wangaratta-based charity Project 365. So we would have seen lots of beanies, Mads, proudly supporting yours today. This exciting initiative from Project 365 builds on recent seasons where the OMFNL has provided league-funded wellbeing education programs via a Melbourne-based organisation Outside the Locker Room. Project 365 aims to raise awareness and crucial funds that will be distributed back into the league's clubs via mental health first aid scholarships. And I know lots of clubs have taken up the Outside the Locker Room sessions, and they've been really, really well received. With these scholarships providing important training to provide better support for clubs when dealing with issues related to mental health. And we have former Lavington footballer and current AFL star with the Geelong Cats, Sean Manor, who's committed his time and support as an ambassador for the event, and he will be in attendance across the round. There's a big walk happening in Wangaratta, so he'll be part of that as well, I think.
And he was at Lavington this morning, and there was lots of people getting around him, and he gets around everyone else, so he's fantastic to be leading the charge for this.
So good to see him back, and I'm sure there's plenty of Cats supporters who will be keen to catch up with him. Well, we are here. Let's have a look at the team cards for today's games. As we said, it's the Raiders taking on the Yarrawonga Pigeons. The Raiders, coached by Jodie House, and starting is a goal shooter, Taylor Donnellan. We'll see Emily Stewart in goal attack. Shayla House will start wing attack. Maggie St John in the centre. Blaney House wing defence, Mackenzie House goal defence, Eliza Mooney goalkeeper, with an interchange of Jasmine Burke, Eliza Howard, Chloe Richardson, Briley Carkeek, and one Mia Lavis straight out of Vixen's camp.
Oh, fantastic.
So exciting to have her around the ground. I haven't laid eyes on her yet, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that will be keen to see her.
Oh, yep, I've just spotted her.
For the Yarrawonga Pigeons, coached by Lauren Mulqueeny, and starting for them in goal shooter Bridget Casser. She must be almost close to 400 games. We've had a few milestones racked up at Yarrawonga this season, and she's certainly been heavily involved in those. Goal attack is Maddie Allen, who's in great form. Wing attack, Kylie Leslie. Laura Irvine in the centre. Liv Lovell in wing defence. Maisie Pell in goal defence. And Hannah Symes in goalkeeper, with an interchange of Annalise Grinter, Grace Dillard and Christy Davis. Mads, it is going to be an absolute cracking game, 1v2, and some fantastic matchups across the court.
Yep, there's no excuse for today. This is netball weather, and I think they'll be both pretty pumped, or even finals weather.
Yep.
It feels.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to a couple of key matchups. For me, Taylor Donnellan and Hannah Symes both represented the Ovens and Murray a few weeks ago in that win at Association Champs, so we're teammates down there. But today we'll come up against each other. And likewise, Maisie Pell and Emily Stewart, who were both in that side as well. So we've got some outstanding shooters and defenders in today's game, and I'm really keen to see where those matchups go and who can get the upper hand, I guess, initially, and stay in the game over 4 quarters.
Yep. It is definitely that premiership quarter that might actually tell a little bit about how they're going to go further in the season. And
like I said, we will see Mia Lavis at some stage a roll on. Brilliant for her to be, obviously, back here at a home club. She's a mad Raiders supporter. She came up through the juniors, and as we said, a current Vixen's training partner. Got to make her debut a few weeks ago, Vixen's number 70.
Yep.
But you know, they've released her, and I guess it'll just be a little bit over the next few weeks to see as to how much court time she can get before their season hopefully doesn't end until next week, that being the Vixens. But, you know, great that she wants to come back and be part of her home club.
Yeah, it's very exciting that she's worked so hard to be able to get where she is.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see both teams just getting ready now, bibs and patches on. Just if we have a look at some of the results from last week, we had Kyle Rutherglen defeating North Albury 33-29. We had some really close games. We broadcast in Wangaratta at the Rovers Myrtleford game where we had dry weather, dry court. We were checking scores in Albury-Wodonga, and there was very, very low scoring. So there was some pretty awful weather up north, and it contributed to some pretty low scores. Having said that, we had some big attempts put up. So Cora 53 attempts, North Albury 40. So still got plenty of ball, but the weather obviously impacted accuracy. Wodonga 50, got over the Wangaratta Magpies 42. So that was a really close game for most of the game, checking the scores. But it was Wodonga that were able to hold out. And that puts them in a really good position to go into finals. They'll be super excited. It's probably been a long time since their A grade have played finals, but it puts them to third, and they're a game clear of North Albury and Lavington on 24 and Wangaratta, who sit in 6. So Wodonga absolutely up and about and flying, and hopefully they can use some of that excitement and momentum over the next few weeks. As I said, Rovers, we were down there at that game. They had a big win over Myrtleford. They were very impressive. Albury 35 got the chocolates over Yarrawonga, 35 over Albury 22. We had Maisie Pearl and Maddie Allen, the shooters there, but Yarrawonga 54 attempts on goal, so played plenty of ball in that game. And the Raiders 44 beat Lavington 33. Again, not particularly high scoring. Raiders have been putting up big numbers, but were limited in that game. Similar amount of attempts from both sides, 59 to Raiders, 50 to Lavington. So
and
fairly
I did hear it was quite a close game, even though the scoreboard didn't reflect that.
Yeah. So, look, the ladder's sitting tight. Yarrawonga are 2 games clear ahead of the Raiders on top. It's a game then through to third in Wodonga, and then, like I said, we've got a real log jam in that 4th, 5th and 6th spot. Corowa, they're sitting on 16 points, so they're looking to try and stay in touch, but they've got a bit of work to do ahead of them. For me, it's going to come down to those last few rounds. I think we're really not going to know what the makeup's going to be till late in the season.
Yep. It's exciting.
It is very exciting. So both coaches just having a chat to the players today. Both these sides will be really familiar with each other. Obviously played in last year's grand final. When they played round 1, which seems like a long time ago, Raiders were without Emily Stewart. So we're going to see a different lineup today against Yarrawonga than what they had first time round. Like I said, we've got the inclusion of Mia Lavis as well, but expecting that there'll be plenty of respect for each side, but certainly some pretty hard fought netball.
Yeah, it'll be a great game. Looking forward to seeing who can keep and sustain those 4 quarters.
And we are off, and it's Yarrawonga with the first centre pass. And Kylie Leslie out in the wing attack. We've been seeing her play there a little bit more in recent seasons. And it is the Yarrawonga Pigeons, the first score on the board. First quarter brought to you by Blacklocks Lavington. Stewart out nice and early for the Raiders. And a held ball called. So some early pressure. Yeah, it did feel quick, but early pressure from the Pigeons. Pearl up really high. Irvine to Casa and Leslie.
Yarrawonga look like they've just got a strong and steady. They're not rushing it or anything like that.
No, and the little pass to Allen was there, but just not able to pull it in. So the deflection came off the post, and Raiders were on the end of that. So they've moved it fairly swiftly down the other end. Blaney House finds sister Shayla House, an obstruction course, so they'll get closer to goal here through Stewart. And this is where the Raiders will have to work really hard to find circle edge. Trying to go over the hands of Pell and Symes is going to be dangerous and deadly. So trying to get some clear ball off circle edge is going to be really important today, I think, as you see Stewart.
Yeah, they can read that play beautifully, can't they?
Absolutely, and likewise, I think really going to have to use circle edge and their triangles to open up. As we see Stewart put the first score on the board for the Raiders, it is a 1 goal apiece.
Beautiful read to Bridget on the line there as well.
And Allen takes the Pigeons to 2. She is playing some really great netball this year, putting up some big goals, big goal numbers, and really sharing the load, which is important. So haven't just got that one prong attack. And great release from Stewart. She sensed Dolan had the space behind her and found it. 2 goals apiece on the Blacklocks Lavington scoreboard.
So Maddie Allen's got the pass and obstruction by Mackenzie House. Great shot by Maddie Allen. Looked really confident in that shot as well.
Yeah, I think she's playing with a lot of confidence this season. Yeah. As we see, just a loose ball from the Raiders picked up from the Pigeons, but not able to control it. It will be a Pigeons throwing on the sideline. Leslie finds Liv Lovell. Great to see Liv Lovell back in the A-grade side after having a baby. So she's worked her way back into the team, particularly in the absence of Jem Muldoon, who injured herself and I think is expected to come back into the side in the next couple of weeks, as we see the Pigeons put another one on the board. They go to 4, leading the Raiders 2.
Great tap there by Leslie, just being able to get the ball towards the Yarrawonga Pigeons. But ended up being Raiders' ball, didn't it?
It did, and they're just having trouble getting through this centre third here at the moment. Pigeons really taking up a lot of space, and Symes came out hunting, forced the Raiders to go back to the line, and she will do that. She's doing it early, and they'll need to be really careful. Try and keep ball low and flat, not give her the opportunity to take those balls on the fly. Donnellan with the shot. And makes no mistake. Raiders go to 3, trailing the Pigeons 4. We've nearly gone 5 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock. And doesn't feel like there's a huge amount of intensity in the game yet, Maddie. Both sides pretty calm,
they are,
pretty composed, and just going about their business. And I guess both sides experienced enough to know that it's 1 over 4 quarters, not in the first 5 minutes.
Yep. It is good, though, to see that they have calmed down pretty instantly, even, and I think that's where the expertise and the knowledge of playing the game for so long comes into play.
Absolutely. Donnellan takes the Raiders to 4. And we're back to even on the scoreboard. Pigeons centre to come. Allen, great drive off the line. Bit of a height mismatch between Mackenzie House and Maddie Allen. And Laura Irvine able to find Casa in the back space. She makes no mistake. Pigeons go to 5. House to system Shayla. Maggie St John with some great double play on the circle edge. M Stewart just not able to pull that one in, and it's Yarrawonga on the bottom of it. Drives, and Stewart defends well down the court. Couldn't pull it in 2 hands, but able to tap it back over a shoulder to a Raiders player. So they go again, forced to go back to the line, and the race is on. Irvine and Maggie St John. Who comes up trumps there? You wouldn't come across, you'd go a long way to find 2 fitter athletes than those 2.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll be able to run out those 4 quarters fantastically.
They would have chased that ball to Barranduda if they needed to, both of them, I reckon.
Yeah.
As we see St John goes to Donnellan, the quick one too. Donnellan works herself closer to post. And the ball just swung out.
Oh, and again, Emily's doing it really well then to try and get that ball.
Yeah, she's attacking the ball hard.
Yeah.
Oh, and Leslie, great release. She saw the space there for Maddie Allen. Just probably a little bit far out in front. So it will be a Raiders throw in on the baseline. And a big clearing pass from Blaney House finds St John. She goes back across the other side of court. So some big balls, but it's clearing the mess a little bit.
Passing to that other side of the ball, though, really helps that drive down that base or the sideline.
Yeah, just drew some Yarrawonga defenders off this channel, as we see St John at the top of the court trying to get past the hands of Lovell. And the pass goes awry, and it's the Pigeons on the end of it. So another opportunity to go into attack, and they move it fairly quickly to circle edge through the work of Allen and Maisie Pell. Forced back off the circle. And forced back to reset on the line through Pell. But, you know, this Yarrawonga side, they're incredibly experienced and patient, as we just see Casa.
Both the Raiders girls then are playing off her body, which is working really well for them.
Yeah, and we know Bridge is so strong on the body,
Yep.
so not allowing her to get set on there is certainly the way to play, as we see. Pigeons go to 6, leading the Raiders 4. And just a contact call on Mackenzie House at the top of the circle. So Allen will take the penalty and look to find Casa, and she does. And then a quick one back to Allen under the post. Takes the Pigeons to 7, leading the Raiders 4 here on the Blacklocks Lavington scoreboard. Just the hands of Irvine. She's so dangerous in her hands over position. Gets a tip to a lot of balls.
Yeah, you don't think that she'd be able to get over and to be able to stop those plays, but her hands are lethal.
Yeah, and just anticipates really well. So it will be Shayla House the penalty outside the circle for the Raiders. Dolan fairway from the post. And it looks to go across court to St John. It didn't come off, but the umpire found, I think it was an offside call. So it will be Raiders still in possession through Stewart at the top of the circle. And Yawonga just contesting everything. There's no clean or easy pass down there for the Raiders. And probably just a little bit stagnant and not moving on to the ball at times. I'm sure Jodie House will fix that at quarter time as we see Stewart take the Raiders to 5, trailing the Pigeons 7.
Yeah. The hands over by both teams really, though, are making it a bit hard, especially out of that centre third.
And that time it was the Raiders with the hands over and the loose ball over the sideline. So Mooney with the Raiders throw in on the sideline. Did you see that touch, Maddie?
Yeah, got the touch.
Nice bit of work, wasn't
it? We'll see who gets the most by the end of the game.
And Raiders moving it down court fairly cleanly, having to use the whole width of the court to find some space. And Stewart with a nice front cut.
And was able to keep Hannah Symes behind her, which I think then changes how you can get the ball closer to the net or to the ring.
Yes, absolutely. You don't want to let Hannah into that front space where she can go to fly. Raiders go to 6, trailing the Pigeons 7, and Raiders centre pass to come. So they've got the margin back. It did get out to about 3 goals at one stage, and it is a stepping call. So Pigeons with an opportunity to get it back here. Leslie to
Those
Irvine.
little 1%ers there.
House just out of play outside the circle. Oh, and they opted to go to the back player. Mooney went for the fly and just beat the fingers. Casa just clarifying with the umpire where the penalty is set. And umpire Amanda McLaughlin, who travels down from Wagga. She's an A-badged umpire. We're incredibly lucky to have her in our league this season. Just a fresh face and obviously a very experienced umpire.
Yeah, I've seen her before and she's doing a fantastic job.
And Allen just short on the shot and Mooney strong on the rebound. So Raiders with the ball back.
Unfortunate that for them because they really did that 1% and then weren't able to get that goal because of it, unfortunately.
Oh, and John, yeah, just threw it into the hands of Irvine, but able to recoup the ball. So really having to work hard here are the Raiders to find circle edge. And Stewart went for the little fancy one over to Donnellan, but Symes certainly read that like a book. And Pigeons with ball back in hand. You can hear Casa directing Maddie Allen. Played together for a few years now, so it certainly would be...
No, partnerships work so well when they there's a lot of talk about them, especially in that circle.
Pigeons go to 9, leading the Raiders 6. And we have gone 12 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock, so a few minutes to play in this quarter. House forced to go overhands, probably a bit of a dangerous play, but having to really use width of the court. And we see a held ball go the way of the Pigeons. So Symes gets the ball off quickly to Lovell, and they're at circle edge in 2 passes of the Pigeons. Casa in that front spot and able to create some space under the post. and draws the contact. And what a teammate Maddie Allen runs to get the ball.
I was thinking the same thing. We all need a teammate like Maddie Allen, I think.
And she makes no mistake. Pigeons go to 10, leading the Raiders 6. And it will be a Pigeons centre pass to come. So they've got an opportunity in the last couple of minutes of this quarter to extend on their 4 goals.
Again, it's that 1%. And those 1% things that really make a big difference, because we've just seen 2 goals from, unfortunately, the Raiders' mistakes.
And Allen makes no mistake. She takes the Pigeons to 11, leading the Raiders 6. So out to 5 goals now. Oh, and Symes again. Just probably too early on that lead was Dolan. She was sitting out there in that space waiting for the ball and gave Hannah Symes time to read it and get there. So Pigeons into attack again. Irvine Casa well out of the circle.
You don't see that very often, do you?
Which was very high. She was almost over the transverse.
Seem to be making space for Maddie Allen, though.
Well, and I think that's the thing. Mackenzie House and Eliza Mooney have developed quite a strong combination, and so splitting those defenders and getting some separation is not a bad move. And Casa probably trying to draw Mooney. That would be the preferred option, get her away from the post, being the taller of the defenders. And Allen.
Fantastic shot by Maddie Allen.
Beautiful shooting. Pigeons go to 13, leading the Raiders 6 here in the last minute of this quarter. Raiders will be hoping for a quick one, but not to be. Symes again. She's having a huge impact on this game already, and it's only quarter 1.
It'll be interesting to see what changes they take and do at quarter time for Raiders, because they're definitely still in it.
Yeah, and those last couple of transitions from Pigeons have been fairly uncontested and very quick down court, so need to do something on that turnover to try and disrupt their transition. And moving the ball quickly, as we see on the hooter. Allen scores for the Pigeons. They go to 14, leading the Raiders 6. It's quarter time here. This is OMFNL Live, and on OMFNL Live, you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
In the game between the ladder leaders Pigeons and the second place Raiders, and it is the Pigeons who have got out to a nice little lead at quarter time, 14 goals to 6. Maddie, how have you seen the first quarter play out?
Look, they've been pretty cool, calm, collected. Raiders unfortunately have made a few little errors which the Pigeons have just taken hold of and scored and made the most of those opportunities.
And we look at both teams.
There's a little bit of change from Raiders.
And for the Raiders, it is Jasmine Burke that has come on to the wing defence position. Shayla House to the interchange. Maggie St John to wing attack and Blaney House to centre. Defenders and shooters are the same. And no change for the Pigeons. And why would they? As they go to 15, leading the Raiders 6. Second quarter, brought to you by Avis, Aubrey, Wangaratta.
So we've got Maggie St John back in that wing attack position, which her strength is really that speed, isn't it?
Yeah, that dynamic on and off movement.
Great pull in by Emily Stewart then.
And just see the great reach of Maisie Pearl there over the shot. Outstanding young player. And can swing and put some goals up if need be, and has done so on occasions for the Pigeons.
Oh, how fantastic to have a dynamic player like that.
Casa out on the lead. Mooney with big hands over. Likewise, Jasmine Burke. It'd be interesting to see the impact she has in this quarter. Burke, she's brilliant through the mid-court on transition and very quick. We see Allen.
Just with that little pop out. That's great. Bridger had taken the defenders with her and, you know.
So 16 plays 7. Yarrawonga Pigeons way. St John, no one to go to, and it's a held ball. And Maddie, I reckon that's at least the third or fourth held ball Raiders have had.
But I would say, though, like just then with Maggie, she looked like she was moving 3 different positions. So those 3 seconds might seem quick, but she's been able to put herself in a position of 3 different ways.
Yeah, and I think there's probably an instruction there to release first, second. If someone's there, have trust and release the ball. As we see Yarrawonga working the ball around. Casa goes into the pocket to Leslie, and it's Allen that sweeps front.
Again, Bridget's been able to take those 2 defenders with her. So then Maddie Allen's been able to pop through and
create that space.
Yeah.
Allen too far out to shoot, opts to go a long way back to the line and reset.
Probably having that confidence that those wing defenders and GD is always there on the line for them.
Yeah, and see Burke just get a tap, and she will go for anything. So they'll be looking for her to create a little bit of doubt on the pass in that attack end, and just contact or obstruction holding call there on Mackenzie House. So Allen sinks the shot, takes the Pigeons to 17, leading the Raiders 7 out to 10 goals, and Pigeons centre to come.
I was about to say before, I think it's quite quiet at the moment.
It does feel very quiet, doesn't it? Yeah. Yep.
Also, Shayla House is in that GA position. They must have done a bit of a sub.
Yeah, Maggie, Emily Stewart just looked like she might have hurt herself a little bit, so perhaps gone off just to get a bit of treatment and
hopefully
check herself. So Shayla House into goal attack.
Oh, that was unfortunate because they had a great position there for the shooter.
Umpire just setting the penalty. House with the quick 1-2, and Symes saw that coming, interfered on the third attempt.
Well, surely Tam Matthews might get another touch.
Ooh, I could have chased that down if I wasn't attached to a headset, Maddie.
Next time. It's all right.
As we see St John go to House. Takes the shot, and it's Pell on the rebound. So Pigeons, big outlet ball from Symes, finds Irvine in the centre of the court. And Cassar found some beautiful backspace. And it makes no mistake. Yarrawonga go to 18, leading the Raiders 7. And Donnellan, she looked cold and came for it. Ball came her way, but seemed to be miscommunication there. So Yarrawonga again, they really can do a no wrong at the moment.
They know exactly where they're going to be and where the next play is going to happen. So looks like something they've practiced for a while.
And we see Annalise Grinter rolling into goal defence, replacing Maisie Pell for the Pigeons, as Allen takes them to 19 goals, leading the Raiders 7 on the Avis Albury Wangaratta scoreboard. And we see Emily Stewart has re-entered the court in goal shooter, replacing Taylor Donnellan. Allen with the shot, makes no mistake. Pigeons go to 20. Just checking the score is accurate, as we see Raiders try and work the ball to edge. House out, releases quickly to Stewart, and will take the penalty for the Raiders under the post. Fine, Stewart with a sneaky bounce pass. She makes no mistake. Raiders to 8, trailing the Pigeons 20. Just getting a check on that score.
I was trying to find players, not clubs.
As we see Allen for the Pigeons. And Mooney with a great rebound under that. So Raiders, quick outlet ball from Mackenzie House. Finds Blaney and goes to Burke. A little bit more dynamic here in the attacking end. And some first ball releases. So Stewart, ball under post, and scores for the Raiders. They go to 10, trailing the Pigeons 20. Make that 21 for Yarrawonga. Sorry, make that 11 for the Raiders. So a quick goal there. But Yarrawonga with the ball in hand. Liv Lovell finds Leslie deep in the pocket. And great timing by Castor on the drive.
Oh, Eliza Mooney nearly had that. She did a fantastic jump. It was a great shot by Maddie Allen again.
Pigeons go to
Emily Stewart with a pop out, passing it back. Fantastic shot by Emily Stewart.
So we've got 12 plays 20. They're within 8, the Raiders, and will get a sideline throw in. So they really just need to chip away at this. So 12 goals to 20 is the correct score, as we see. Shayla House, smart little play, drew the defenders, opened up Stewart under the post. Raiders go to 13, trailing the Pigeons 20. We've gone 8.5 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock, but a footwork call to St John. So Raiders really just cannot take a trick at the moment, and that's due to the pressure that the Pigeons are building. Bit of a
I would just say, like, that I think the momentum for Raiders is building at the moment. They must have just had that little bit of a shift.
Yeah, and you can feel a bit more punch and drive through their attacking end, finding a bit more space rather than getting jammed up like they were earlier in the game. And it will be Jasmine Burke for the Raiders with the penalty pass in the centre third. Leslie, apologies, gets a tip to it, but it stays in the Raiders' possession, and they're really being forced to work it around here. Stewart comes in, meets the defender, and lets the ball bounce to where she would like to take the shot from. She takes the Raiders to 14, trailing the Pigeons 20. Leslie to Allen.
Oh, beautiful Eliza Mooney. She was able to have that front position.
Really strong on the rebound. A big ball cross court to Burke, but she's pulled that in nicely. And again, Raiders just being forced to go fairly lateral. Good patience before House unleashed the long one, but it was Stewart pushing off. So Symes with the turnover for the Pigeons. Looks to go down court through Leslie.
Well, again, Bridget Castle was able to draw those two defenders, and Maddie Allen was able to do that front work.
We've just had Shayla House lost a bib. Didn't even realise because they're on the back, so just holding time for that. So Raiders with the centre pass, trailing the Pigeons by 7 in the second quarter. As we see some smart passing there from St John to find Shayla House under the post. 15 plays at 21.
That pass inside the circle is just fantastic. And to be able to draw those two defenders who are very clever with how they position their bodies. Oh, wow. That was fantastic by Jasmine Burke. She was able to just put that pressure on that circle.
So it will be a Pigeons throw-in on the goal line. Allen will take it as it's in the goal circle. Casa drives out and takes the pass. Yarrawonga just working the triangles. Opens up Maddie Allen, but she just couldn't pull it in. Turned herself inside out trying to get that ball. So Raiders with an opportunity off the baseline. With about 3 minutes to go in this quarter. They would be really keen to try and just narrow this margin as much as they can going into half-time. And great first, second release from Blaney House to Emily Stewart, and that's what the Raiders need to do a little bit more of, and that came through the timing of some of the drives as well.
And Emily Stewart was doing that work well before the ball got to the circle, so she was able to put Hannah Symes into a position she didn't want to be in.
Stewart again working the front position, opening up Shayla House through a triangle, trying to get over the hands of Symes, but that 3 feet hands over is just deadly from Hannah Symes. Oh, and Burke with the tap. Couldn't cause a turnover. Irvine chased that ball down really well. And Burke in the contest between Jasmine Burke and Kylie Leslie is fantastic to watch. Both similar heights. Both great runners, very agile. Jasmine Burke, fairly new to the competition, probably blissfully unaware of Kylie Leslie's resume and the achievements that she's managed to chalk up over the years.
Sometimes that's the best way to be, though.
Absolutely.
Go in there, not knowing, but just have your best go.
Well, and most of that was done in a defensive role in GD and a little bit of GK, but certainly GD. So seeing her now playing an attacking role as the umpire, Cindy Wardish, just sets a penalty. Casa takes the Pigeons to 22, leading the Raiders 6 goals the margin, in this second quarter. Allen to Casa.
Raiders have really done the work here.
a contact call on Casa there. So, and no one there. They've gone cross-court in with 2 huge passes twice there, the Raiders, before centering it up through Maggie St John. And again, just holding on to that ball a second too long, just needing to release to the player that's on the move on the first second. So into probably the final minute of this quarter. Raiders with the ball on circle edge. And House with a penalty. Makes no mistake, beautiful goal. Takes the Raiders to 17, trailing the Pigeons 22. It is a Raiders centre pass to come. And I imagine they will be fairly cognizant of the time. They usually have a timer on their bench, so they will know that they need to probably get this in fairly quickly and try and score before the halftime break.
I think Raiders have really got that confidence up, taking those long shots and getting them in.
Yeah, and certainly a margin of 4 is a lot more palatable. There they go, 18 to 22 than what it was earlier in this quarter. So, dying stages of this half, and it's 18 plays 22. Pigeons certainly have control of the game for the most part so far, and they're just having to really work around Raiders stepping up the intensity, but it's Allen finds some space under the post. She extends it again, 23 plays 18. And there is the hooter for half-time. So it's the Pigeons who have dominated the first half. They go into half-time 23 goals to 18. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
OMFNL Live Netball. We are coming to you from Burleigh Park in Wodonga, and it is the Pigeons, 23, leading the Raiders 18. They got out to a big margin there. I reckon it was as much as 8 or 9 goals, maybe at one stage. Raiders have been able to peg that back in the last sort of part of that second quarter to make a bit of a game of this. 5 goals at half-time is certainly better than what it could have been. And just if we go around the grounds, Wodonga A grade 35, leading Corotherglen 31. We, of course, have a game tomorrow in Wangaratta Rovers and Wangaratta Magpies, so the derby is tomorrow. It is the Hoppers 33 leading the Panthers 20 over at Lavington.
And then we've got the Albury game.
And then Albury are hosting Murderford. We'll get a score from that one as well, because that, for me, was a tough one to pick. As we see both teams just getting ready to come back on court. And it is Murderford 24 leading the Tigers at 15. So for the Raiders, we see Mia Laver step on the court and goal shooter. She's lingering very close to that sideline. I imagine it will be a roll-on, roll-off situation. Shayla House in goal attack. The rest of the team remains the same. Yarrawonga, no changes.
Yep, so a quick change for Mia Lavis and Emily Stewart.
She started the game. They've ticked her off as playing, and that's certainly within the rules of the game as it sits at the moment. We saw the same last year as we see Alan take the Pigeons to 24. Of course, to be able to play finals in our league, you have to play 6 rounds, and it's a way, I guess, of Raiders qualifying her, given that her availability will open up, we are imagining, in the next couple of weeks.
I mean, I'd love to have Mia Lavis on my side as well.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? If you could, why wouldn't you? Certainly, you know, she's been a junior at the club, so it's not like she's been a ring-in from Melbourne who no one knows. And until we get to a position where we track minutes, then we're not in a position to change the rules around minimum minutes played to count as a game. That's certainly something that some leagues and associations do, but obviously you need the technology and the reliability of that to measure that. So
it was a great run just then by Maggie St. John. She was able to keep the ball for the Raiders.
As we see House sink a beautiful goal. 19 plays, 24 on the JJ's Waste and Recycling scoreboard and third quarter sponsor. We see a turnover from the Raiders. Long ball to Blaney House. She does a long ball across court to Burke, but they're certainly finding a bit more space through that middle third so far.
They're playing their game at the moment, Raiders. So
yeah, happy to go back to the line. And the challenge for the Pigeons defenders will be they'll automatically want to probably limit Emily Stewart's influence. But certainly Shayla House is an incredibly accurate shooter, and allowing her just to creep into that front space and work herself into post can be deadly too. So they really need to hedge their bets there, as we see Lovell get a great tip to ball, but the umpire has called a contact in the goal circle. At the top of the goal circle. So Blaney House to sister Shayla. She works it in just close enough. Gets it over the hands of Symes, and you can just see the elevation on that shot. She's really having to shoot it very high to get it over Hannah Symes' hands.
And she's adjusting beautifully in that shot as well.
Great drive from Lovell. Off the centre pass. And it's Allen will take the penalty for the Pigeons just inside. And Casa working into that front space. Smart move, trying to go over the hands of Mooney. It can be dangerous. Casa not able to sink it, and so Mooney able to get a tip to that and just tap it to herself out the back.
Quite unusual for Bridget Casa as well, because we know how detrimental she can be in that position and getting those goals in.
And Raiders certainly releasing the ball a lot quicker so far, finding a little bit more space, so seem to be adjusting the timing. allowing those balls to open up as you see Shayla House take the ball and finds Stewart over the back. Had to put on a big fake there to elude Maisie Pell. Raiders go to 22, trailing the Pigeons 24. So we're back to 2 goals. Raiders centre pass. And they've really played themselves back into this game so far. Oh, and Leslie came through.
Unfortunately, Mackenzie House put her eyes down for one moment, and then that's all right, though. I'm sure they'll get that play back.
Yeah, and Leslie two-handed, really clean on that. As we see Allen take the shot for the Pigeons and just fell short, but Casa, great rebound. Takes the Pigeons to 25. So an opportunity there for Raiders. Gone begging, but plenty of game left to play.
Third quarter, premiership quarter. So let's see those 1%ers and how they deal with both sides, because Raiders have done that work last quarter to get back in the game.
Oh, and Mooney, well watched. She saw the pass going across the circle to Allen, and Allen was probably stationary and allowed Mooney to go on the fly.
Just looking at the Raiders' confidence at the moment, though, you can see that it's coming out in their game, which is great to see.
Yes, driving with a bit more purpose and intent and intensity as well, as we see Stewart under post take the Raiders to 23, trailing the Pigeons 25. Mackenzie House to Blaney. An obstruction call, so the umpire will take it back to the top of the transverse. And Lovell just contacting St John, helping her up there. So again, Pigeons contesting everything. There's no easy balls out here for either side, as we see a change coming through for the Pigeons. And it looks like Christy Davis has rolled into wing attack for the Pigeons. Raiders, in the meantime, go to 24. So Christy Davis into wing attack, replacing Kylie Leslie. And I'm not sure how many games Christy's played this season, but great to see her back. Obviously, one of the 4 Davis sisters who are synonymous with the Pigeons. We see Casa having to do a lot of work there.
Raiders are definitely putting that pressure on the Pigeons at the moment, but Pigeons are just taking their time with whatever position and whatever play they're setting out.
And we see Allen take it back to 2. 24 plays 26 on the JJ's Waste and Recycling scoreboard. We've gone 6.5 minutes on the time clock. And House tries to go over to Stewart, but Maisie Pearl was having none of that and came through on the fly. And Stewart just limping a little bit in the back play. As you see Davis on the chase. And a great fake. Oh, I thought she got past Mooney there, but good recovery by Eliza Mooney to come back and get the ball in the second attempt.
Oh, when passing over Hannah Symes, then it seemed to work out that way.
And Raiders go to 25.
Well, it's got a bit of a change with Emily
Stewart calling an injury time and coming off. She was just limping. So Donlan will roll into goal shooter. And Irvine has gone to the interchange and Leslie has gone into centre. So a few changes happening. We've got a 1-goal game, Maddie. This is certainly what we were expecting.
Yep. Yeah, both sides are working for it at the moment. There's no easy ball. It's either going up and down, but it's not making and being easy.
So Leslie, ball on circle edge for the Pigeons. Casa comes out. none of the defenders go with her. They both opt to sit back on Allen, and we've got another held time as the ball gets chased, and it's Mooney this time having to jog off and get it. And play resumes, and Allen sinks the goal. 27 goals to 25. Raiders with the centre pass, and St John. Certainly we're seeing a bit more explosive movement off that centre pass line from the Raiders.
Yep, definitely. I'd love to see the statistics on the shooters at the moment, because they are definitely making use of the ball when it's in their circle.
Yeah, and we just saw Symes get a hand to that and was able to chase it down. So they're going to have to adjust that play to Donnellan. She's really not going to be able to sit in that back space without doing some early work to create the space. As we see Burke, great effort to chase that ball down. Couldn't keep it in place, so Pigeons will take the throw in.
So Bridget Cassar is outside the circle before.
Yeah, she went right across the other side there. I think tried to draw Mooney out of that space, tried to cut front and drive to post, but Mooney saw that coming and interrupted that play. So Allen having to go to Davis on circle edge. She's drawn a contact from Burke.
Raiders defenders really aren't making it easy for the Pigeons to get the ball.
And Mooney thought she had the penalty there. She thought the contact had come from Allen first, but the umpire has said no, it came from Mooney first. So Pigeons take the shot. They go to 28, leading the Raiders 25, and it will be a centre pass to Leslie for the Pigeons.
Oh, Maggie St John nearly got that ball then.
And Allen, great strong hold in that front position. Cassett came at the ball, drew a defender and left a one-on-one. So 25 plays 29.
So we're about 10 minutes through. 5 minutes left for the quarter. So
House with the ball outside the circle. Donnellan on the move, and she's going to have to continue to do that. She cannot go to post and stand and put her arm up too often, because Maisie Pell and Hannah Symes are just far too strong in the air, and they've turned it over again. So it will be Pigeons with a throw in on the baseline. Quick outlet ball to Pell. She finds Davis down court. Oh, and they look to go across court. House saw it going there, but just couldn't quite get there in time. And Allen was a sneaky little footwork call there. So back in the hands of the Raiders.
And they've made fast use of it, the Raiders. They've got the ball down to their goals.
And you feel like both sides have just picked up the pace a little bit, a bit more intensity.
Which I think Raiders have a really quick game, and they play it well. Beautiful hold by Taylor Donlan.
And Dolan sinks a goal. Raiders go to 26, trailing the Pigeons 29. Great hands by Burke. She has quite a bit of a height advantage over Davis there, and she just stayed up and stayed tall and was able to get a tip to that. Has to go back to Mooney. And again, Raiders using the full width of the court. And House turned, looked, and the ball was on, and it was a good pass, but Donovan just fumbled the first one and not able to pull it in. So I think the idea was there, turn and release quickly. Don't give those defenders time to set up. As we see Pigeons.
It was definitely quick, and I think you have to do that with Hannah Symes in that goalkeeper position.
So Pigeons really just being patient here and working the ball around, waiting for the safe pass to open. Allen with the hold on. Her and Mooney one-on-one is a great matchup. Both really tall. 26 plays 30. So we're back out to 4 with 3 minutes to go. And it will be a Raiders penalty off Raiders centre pass. And Donnellan makes no mistake. It's back to 3. Raiders 27, trailing the Pigeons 30.
Great positioning by the Raiders shooters just then to better get that ball in really quite easily.
In that front spot as we see the clock tick over 13 minutes on the NZ Albury time clock. So not long left in this quarter as you see Casa drawing out of the circle. Again, that one-on-one in the circle between Allen and House. But the work, defensive work, and Burke able to create a turnover there, but Mackenzie House off balance and couldn't find a teammate in time. So bit of to and froing in this quarter.
And I think that's where third quarter it gets really exciting because they all want it, and I think that's important.
And certainly all players really having to attack the ball and really drive onto it. There's no easy passes.
Mackenzie House is doing that work to try and get that ball.
Yeah, and probably
Maddie
just getting
Allen is able to there.
stuck on the body a little bit, which is where the contact's coming from. And a beautiful goal from Allen takes the Pigeons to 31. So back to 4 into the last minute of this quarter. Kenzie House has to go cross court to Burke. And Blaney House, oh, she saw her there, but Donovan's not giving herself a lot of room on that baseline. So the pass has to be absolutely pinpoint, and it has to clear the hands of either Pearl or Syme. So I don't know that it's an option. I don't know whether they thought there was less time on the clock, but Pigeons have got the ball quickly to the other end. As we see Allen fall short, Mooney strong on the rebound.
You can tell
Has
she
a ball
wanted that
back.
ball then.
Oh. Yeah, and she's been working overtime, Eliza Mooney. And Pell. So
Pearl must keep her
it's coming
eyes
back
on
again.
the ball. Her eyes are up the whole time, which I think allows whatever team they're playing not to really get the ball much.
Great tap by Burke and another touch, Maddie, as we hear the siren go for three-quarter time. It is the Pigeons 31, leading the Raiders 27. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shorty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time, shorty get.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball. We're at Burleigh Park and it is the Pigeons 31 with a 4-goal lead over the Raiders 27. It is game on in this quarter. Pigeons have really led all day and certainly extended their lead quite convincingly in the second quarter, but Raiders have really worked themselves back. They just haven't been able to quite get back level. That quarter they certainly looked close. So see what this quarter brings. It will be the Pigeons with the centre pass to start.
And good to see that Emily Stewart's back on in that shooter.
Yeah, so rolled off with an injury in the last quarter, back into shooter. House in goal attack. Defensive end looking the same. Well, for the Pigeons, it is as they finished. So no Laura Davis today for the Pigeons, but replaced by her sister Christy, as we see Maddie Allen take the first shot for the Pigeons. They go to 32 goals. Fourth quarter brought to you by Border Bandag.
And we're just having a look at the scores in the other games. So Albury's 21, Murderford 31. In Wodonga Corowa it was 46 Wodonga Bulldogs and 44 for Coral Rutherglen. And then Lavington A-grade is playing North Albury, so 26 Lavington and 47 North Albury. So
a couple of big leads, but could be game on between Wodonga and Corowa. So we see the ball pop out from House and it will be Yarrawonga with the turnover in the defensive end. Yes, and certainly if Corowa can get over Wodonga today, it just keeps them within touch. Obviously, Magpies play Rovers tomorrow, and they will be hoping to get a win there to keep them within touch as well.
So Bridget Castle was able to draw Eliza into that obstruction. So, but then unfortunately didn't get the goal on the baseline, and Raiders have taken ownership of that.
And we just got a bit of a bib malfunction, so umpire's holding time.
Raiders have really got that composure on right now. They're not rushing the ball, they're just making sure they look after it.
Yeah, and just struggling to get over the transverse. They now find some space to do so. Strong drive by St John to circle edge, and it'll be Stewart with the shot under the post. And she nets the goal. So back to 28, plays 32. Oh, and just a bit of a wayward pass, but Allen able to mop it up for the Pigeons. And Lovell does her best to keep that one in and finds Symes on the line. I'm not sure, I think it must have been an offside call, and Symes just loitering there on the transverse. Had
Probably
the
not
big,
used to being
had the
that
big
close.
toe over the line, that's right. So Raiders have ball back in hand and they're in the goal circle. And House, sneaky little pass, finds Stewart over the back.
Wasn't that confident with that pass.
No.
Emily was able to hold strong.
29 plays 32. And we certainly saw some brilliant performances from these players. Danny Melbourne is part of the O&M side, both Maddie Allen and Em Stewart, Taylor Donnellan shooting, and I could say there was hardly a goal missed all day between all of them. Abby Bloy, being the fourth shooter, also had a fabulous day. Raiders get another one. They go to 32. It's back to 2 goals. 30 plays 32. And a couple of milestones today. Courtney Gordon from the Tigers playing her 100th club game, and Joe Beer from Myrtleford playing 50 club games. I think Asher Hodgkin from the Wodonga Bulldogs also playing her 50th. So we keep seeing the milestones rack up, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it means they've had those players for a while. So this is what you want. You want to be able to develop as a team.
Getting that stability. And on Association Champs, we had the 15 and under side perform last weekend in Melbourne, 11 games for the day. It was a big, big day out for them. But our first opportunity to have a 15s team in Association Champs as we see the umpire Amanda advance the penalty here. So Raiders ball on circle edge. And a great performance from our 15s team. It was certainly, like I said, a big day, but a brilliant opportunity for them to come up against some of the best in the state, and they really did themselves and their clubs in the league proud as we see Stewart net the goal. 31 plays 33. So they can just get back to 2, but it's whether or not they can. A crucial turnover here and their centre to come would certainly make this game interesting.
So about 5 minutes down in the last quarter. So really we've got a little bit of work to go.
And Mooney saw that going to Allen. She tried to sweep round the back and just get a tap to that. Wasn't able to do so cleanly. So a goal goes the Pigeons' way. 31 plays 34. House off the circle, finds St John. And Lovell again, just getting hands in everything. And just that third one House
Getting
is trying to
lost,
get
yeah.
is kind of one too many. But they're able to recover, work the triangle, and House takes them to 32. Yarrawonga's centre pass. The Raiders with the turnover. This is off the Pigeon centre. Oh, and Blaney House stepped around and found Maisie Pearl looming. So Yarrawonga with the ball back.
Raiders are definitely making it hard for Yarrawonga to get it through. And
yeah, so a stepping call there on Davis, and it's now contact call. So 2 on 1 in the circle, but they're going to have to get in there very quickly because Maisie Pearl will be full steam ahead to get in there. And just not game to even bounce it around Hannah Symes. Such is her reach. They net the goal though. We're back to 1 goal. 33 plays 34, and it is a Raiders centre pass to come.
Emily Stewart's doing that great positioning in that circle to actually get her defender on the wrong side every time.
Raiders continue just to need to let this ball go. When someone's there, although Symes saw that, came through. Oh, and likewise St John. So both sides desperately throwing themselves at everything, trying to get tips on ball, but it'll be Pell for the Pigeons with the throw in on the sideline. Leslie down court, finds Allen out of the circle. Opts to go over to Irvine, who's come back into that centre position. Into wing attack position, replacing Christy Davis. Not in her usual centre, so.
No, which is quite unusual.
Casa with a great drive up the middle of the court, trying to open up the space, but hands in there was Jazz Burke, and she's been really great since she's come on in that second quarter. A great cover by Irvine. She cut off the pass that was going to go back to Burke. Strong lead by House. Was able to take it over Symes. So Raiders have it levelled for the first time in this game.
Keeping that pressure up, Raiders are.
And they've gone up another notch. They've just caused a held ball. So you can hear the Raiders crowd come alive a little bit. Burke goes to House. On the drive is St John. This is where the patience is needed to be, and Symes did go hunting there, and they recognised it early, but shot fell short, so they'll have to go again, Raiders. There is absolutely no easy balls here.
Both Raiders mid-quarters were right on that circle, so if there was anything coming back out, they were getting it.
So it'll be Shayla House with the penalty. Pops out, and the 2 Yarra defenders fought over it, and a short pass.
Oh,
and likewise, I think it was possession called the way of Hannah Symes. So Raiders came down with it. tried to get the quick one off, and Symes snuck through there, but they've got it back, the Raiders. So it is a game on with 7 minutes to play. Sorry, 6 minutes. Stewart forced to reset back to the transverse, and they cannot drop their work rate either side here.
These are where these 1%ers are really going to take a hold and are going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, and just composure, isn't it? Ball in hand and composure. As we see Stewart take the Raiders to the front for the first time, 35 plays 34, and a Raiders centre pass to come. And a footwork call, so not ideal at this stage of the game. They will have to work again if they want to get this one back. Pell goes cross court to Lovell. So Allen for the Pigeons just falls short. Mooney was able to get a tip to it and a contact call on Casa. So Raiders get the ball back, and they're going to have to work here. Ten minutes down. 5 minutes is a long time, Maddie. Plenty can happen in 5 minutes.
Especially when the teams are practically even at the moment.
Yeah.
Raiders win in front 35. They've done the hard work to get there.
Well, there'll be some tired bodies, but as you said, it's just the work rate has to stay high. They have to keep punching through and coming onto the ball because both teams are contesting everything. Raiders here jammed up in the corner. The Aronga defenders have got them all over this side of the court. St John's managed to find the top of the circle and open up a bit of space. Symes is dangerously close around that circle edge.
Yeah, you nearly don't want to pass it back too many times because Hannah Symes, she will get it, let alone having Maisie Pell in there.
So House with the penalty under the post, makes no mistake. 36, the Raiders are leading the Pigeons 34. It is a Pigeon centre pass to come. We've got 4 minutes left to play. Allen with a great drive off the centre. Likewise, Laura Irvine. Oh, and Leslie finds Allen out the back with a great pass. Irvine comes to top, and a held ball called. So umpire Cindy just holding time and asking the players to return the ball. Every second is counting here. We've gone 11 and a half minutes. It's possession netball. Shayla House has to go back to the line, and St John popping through. Liv Lovell has been in everything today.
Oh, that was a close one. A great pass by Shayla House then.
Stewart takes the Raiders to 37, leading the Pigeons 34.
I don't know if it's because we're down this end, but it feels like the Raiders are getting the ball a lot down here.
Yeah, they've certainly had a lot more this quarter. Umpire just advancing the penalty.
It's nearly as good as a 50, I would say, in netball.
Well, that's right. It is the equivalent, isn't it? It's part of the game management. So usually starts with some proactive advice. That's enough, or adjust. And then when players don't, they'll advance it. So, and you would expect that at this stage of the game, where players may be trying to deliberately delay. As we see, Shayla House shot a beautiful goal. Raiders go to 38, leading the Pigeons 34. So Raiders with the penalty in the middle of the court. It'll be Mackenzie House. This is reminiscent of the game Raiders had against North Albury the other week, where they led for most of the game, and it was North Albury that came over the top late to get the win. As we see Stewart another goal. They go to 39, so 5-goal lead now to the Raiders, and their centre pass to come. So they've certainly found their groove at the right time as Stewart pulls that ball in.
That mid-court is really doing a lot of work there to make their shooting really easy for them.
Pell, oh, Mooney saw it, went after it,
Oh.
couldn't get it cleanly. The ball was tipped by numerous people before it fell the way of the Raiders. So Mackenzie House, we're into the last minute of this game. Raiders with possession. Burke to Blaney House. And it'll be Stewart with final goal for the Raiders. They go to 41. May not be final goal. It's their centre pass to come. Apologies. 41 plays 34.
The speed that Raiders have been playing at.
That might be the final goal.
Yeah.
42 plays 34. Yarrawonga centre pass to come. And there it is. So it is the Raiders who have come over the top of the Pigeons late in the game, 42 goals to 34. So they will go within a game on the ladder of the Pigeons as we get our Rebel Player of the Day. So I think Raiders will be really pleased with the way they fought that out. They certainly were up against it
Composure,
at
though.
stages of the game, but were able to compose themselves. And they would absolutely know that the game isn't won and lost in the first 5 minutes. Likewise, Yarrawonga. And I don't think, regardless of the result today, I don't think either side will be in panic stations. I think it will be an opportunity for them to get a look at the other side and would have really welcomed the challenge, I think, coming into the second half of this season as we get our Rebel Player of the Day, Shayla House. If we just pop that on. The biggest microphone in Australia is all yours.
Big win, though.
Shayla, congratulations. A really hard-fought win. You guys are up against it, particularly. It blew out to, I think, at least 8 goals there at one stage. But you were able just to chip away and get yourself back in the game. I'm interested to know what your mother said at half-time or quarter-time.
Well, we had a very clear game plan going into it, and I think the score would reflect that we did not follow the game plan. So a little gentle or harsh reminder of what the game plan was and to pull our heads in and go back to it.
Yeah, and we sort of talked about, looked like you were holding the ball. Once we saw you start to put that trust in each other and release on the first second, it just opened up the court, and I think the timing improved too, would you say?
Yeah, I agree. I think we also started to use the width of the court rather than getting funneled into that middle channel where Yarrawonga is so strong.
Yes.
When we started to use the court and let go of the ball, it made a big difference.
Yeah, they were congesting you through the top there. Jazz Burke came on. She had a great influence on the game as well.
Yeah, she did. She just finds a way to keep the best elevation I think I've seen, and she just finds a way to get ball. And
Yeah.
so calm in attack. It makes a big difference.
And we saw some changes in the goals too. Obviously, a couple of times having to come off with her ankle. She had a fantastic game, but you were able to really steady and just direct the play and set her up. You both had absolute competitors against you, Maisie Pell and Hannah Symes. Like, they're just outstanding, which you know. So you really had to work for every ball.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the best defensive unit outside of ours.
Yeah.
And they're always such tough competitors to play against.
Yeah.
And I had to use their brains a little bit.
You did. Well done. You came home at the right time. Pushed you back within a game of Yarrawonga on top there. And, you've got the second half of the season now to bring it home before finals. Well done, Charlie. We need to get a photo. Everyone's favourite thing to do for the socials. And we'll just get you around there a little bit. Oh, no, not there. I can't see your face. Not a photographer. Thanks, Shayla.
Thanks, Shayla. Well done.
Well, there we have it. It was a fantastic game, as we expected it to be. Look, Yarrawonga will be disappointed they let that go after really leading for stages, but, you know, there was no Laura Davis today. They'll welcome Jem Muldoon, back in the next few weeks. So they will know that there's still a half a season to go, and they'll sort of set themselves for the back end as well. But I suspect these two will be two that will be certainly fighting out at the pointy end of the season. Great to see them play today. Maddie Hanson, thank you so much for joining us. A big shout out to Ree Harris, who hopefully was tuning in at some stage but unavailable today. And I'm sure we'll look forward to seeing you back at some stage, Maddie.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks to everyone for listening. This has been O&M Live, and on O&M Live you won't miss a thing.